It's been a while, but it's good to see you again. What's going on, everybody? This is Justin Proper here, and today we're going to be talking about Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie. And this is going to be a quick one because there really isn't much to say that nobody else hasn't said already. But to give a quick synopsis of the movie, basically, Sonic is from a totally other universe. Then he ends up in Montana because, well, there are things that happen at home that aren't going so well that are not touched upon later in the movie, which is a little weird, but I kind of went along with it, and I found that Sonic was actually a very enjoyable movie, not because of the lack of backstory that is, explained in the first act that doesn't have any sort of real repercussions later on. There's no explanation of who this mother figure character of Sonic that's just there, and now she's like, okay, I guess she's gonna die, and like, alright, go in this portal when Sonic is a child, and then Sonic is in the real world for like 20 years or something. What makes it actually believable, what makes this performance by Ben Schwartz very much enjoyable to me personally, is the performances of Jim Carrey and Ben Marston, and which kind of makes me, I forgot about the first act's sort of lack of real explanation. But at any rate, I do think that credit goes where credit is due, and that goes exclusively to the visual effects team. And despite the believability of the performances of Marston and Carrey, I do think that this film really does benefit from a redesign of a character that people are more familiar with. People can attach themselves a little bit more as fans of the video game. People are used to that classic look, and when you go about changing that to such a drastic extent, I think it can prove to be, a very poor lapse in judgment, if you will. So I'm so glad that they decided to actually listen to fan feedback and see, like, hey, maybe they have a point. Maybe the fans are like, oh, like, it's not like we hate your product that we are giving you. We're just saying, like, hey, this is very jarring to the point where it's distracting and it might not work for the film. Shout out goes to Jeff Fowler for deciding, hey, guys, let's revamp this. We'll listen to the fans and let's actually try to do something about it. And I think they did the best they possibly could. Under no circumstances did I actually believe that Sonic was really there, but the believability that he could exist in this particular universe comes from the performance of Jason Marsden, which I really do think that he and Jim Carrey's energy level, Jim Carrey's energy level matches that of Sonic, and I think it balances each other out. And I think that if you take your kids to see this movie, you're going to be very happy about it. I do think that it is not quite on par to Detective Pikachu, but I think it's a great step in the right direction for this Nintendo-verse that people have been throwing it around, the term Nintendo-verse, that this is going to be a whole cinematic universe. I don't necessarily believe that it will come to that point, but I do think that the invention of the rings that Sonic has, the rings that he goes through all the time, they end up having a portal to a different universe, each and every single one of them, whatever universe you want. That's the rules that they establish. That is going to be the gateway into a Nintendo-verse, a Nintendo Cinematic Universe, whatever you want to call it, the NCU, which actually does have a sort of a funny ring to it if you think about it. I'm laughing at myself thinking of this because I never thought of this before, but they could make that just based off of this movie alone. Like, you can go into the Detective Pikachu universe. You can go into any universe you want, any world that you want, any existing realm. I guess that's what it's so vague that, you could do that. But at the same time, I do think that much like DC, I think it's best that if you just stick with standalone films and then introduce a real universe if you decide that it's the best fit for your stories, for the best fit for these kinds of films, these kind of products that you want to come out with. But let me know what you thought about it in the comment section down below. Leave a like, subscribe, all that fun shit. Shout out to my proper compadres over on Patreon, Mary Mayhem, and What a Bitch, What an Ass, What a Cuck, which I already butchered. It's What an Ass, What a Bitch, What a Cuck. And now I'm swearing in my video, thanks to your name, What an ABC. Love you. Love my proper compadres. Love you all here on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share. Even leave a dislike button. Whatever. Click that, because my feelings won't be hurt. And a special shout out to everybody who contributed to the GoFundMe for my laptop. I greatly appreciate that. Have a good one, guys, and live long and proper.